And so then you might think, well, maybe I'll just wait around until I get the right idea, and which people do, right? So they're like 40-year-old, 13-year-olds, which is not a good idea. And so they wait around until it's waiting for Godot, until they finally got it right. But the problem is you're too stupid to know when you've got it right.
When you become 18, nobody tells you that it's now going to be your job to parent yourself. And by parent yourself, I mean it's your job to make yourself do the crap you don't want to do.
Hi, ich bin Ivica und heute geht es mal um ein Thema, eigentlich fast schon eine Lebensphilosophie, die sich so auf das ganze Leben auswirkt, dass ich dem mein eigenes Video widmen wollte. Es geht um das Thema Planungsmindset versus Action-Mindset. Ich bin ja vom Grundtypen eher jemand, der sich in alles Mögliche einlesen will und die Richtung kennen will, bevor ich mich in neue Gewässer begebe. Also kurz, ich habe eher das Planungsmindset, was sich im Alltag darin äußert, dass man Dinge immer wieder aufschiebt, überdenkt, 1000 Bücher und Videos und Internetseiten zu einem Thema durchforstet, sich dann letztendlich verstrickt und verzettelt, bis man das Thema ganz sein lässt. Demgegenüber stehen dann die Leute, die sich das Action-Mindset angeeignet haben. Und ich sage jetzt bewusst angeeignet haben, weil es normalerweise nicht in der Natur des Menschen liegt, Dinge zu konfrontieren, die einem Angst machen, die neu sind, die unbekannt sind. Diese Leute packen eine Idee sofort an und probieren sie aus. Sie nutzen die Aktivierungsenergie, kreieren dadurch Momentum, kommen ins Rollen, sammeln Erfahrungen und verbessern sich immer mehr in diesem Bereich. Also ich habe jetzt keine offizielle Statistik parat, aber ich denke mal, dass die meisten von uns der ersten Kategorie angehören. Zum einen liegt es in der Natur des Menschen, eher vorsichtig im unbekannten Terrain zu sein. Zum anderen haben wir den Fluch und den Segen der modernen digitalen Zeit. Du willst eine neue Sache anpacken, irgendwas in deinem Leben ändern, eine Idee umsetzen und die ganze Welt des Internets steht dir in voller Bandbreite zur Verfügung. Dankbar greifst du zu deinem Handy und findest zu jedem Thema tonnenweise Informationen in allen möglichen Formaten. In der ganzen Menschheitsgeschichte hatten wir noch nie so viele Informationen parat und das alles in der Hosentasche. Ich meine, eigentlich ist es ja cool, oder? Naja, wie man es nimmt, wie sieht denn die Wirklichkeit aus? Also ich habe die Erfahrung gemacht, je mehr ich mich über eine Sache informiere, desto weniger weiß ich im Endeffekt Bescheid. Durch diese riesige Informationsflut hast du natürlich auch unzählige sich widersprechende Informationen. Bei 10 Argumenten dafür findest du mindestens auch 10 Argumente dagegen. Am Ende ist dann alles irgendwie wischiwaschi. Du hast Zeit, Energie investiert, bist müde, frustriert, fängst an dich abzulenken und zum Schluss lässt du die Sache dann ganz bleiben. Eine viel bessere Strategie ist es, sich anstelle des Planungsmindsets das Action-Mindset oder das Shoot-First-Mindset anzueignen und so schnell wie möglich in irgendeiner Form konkret zu handeln. Natürlich kann man sich erstmal ein bisschen einlesen und informieren, okay, aber anstatt sich jetzt 100 Theorien von 200 Personen über ein Thema durchzulesen, nimmt man am besten die erste Idee und probiert sie einfach mal aus. Nicht nur, dass wir durch das Nutzen der Aktivierungsenergie Momentum erzeugen und positive Gefühle kreieren, dadurch, dass wir überhaupt mal Dinge anpacken und umsetzen, sammeln wir auch gleichzeitig Erfahrungen, die mehr wert sind als 1000 ungenutzte Informationen. Selbst wenn eine Erfahrung dann negativ sein sollte, der Lerneffekt wäre dann umso stärker und wir wären das nächste Mal besser vorbereitet. Durch die sofortige Umsetzung sparst du auch enorm Zeit und Energie. Und selbst wenn du in die falsche Richtung gehen solltest, wirst du das umso schneller merken und kannst dann entsprechend früher gegensteuern. Und außerdem, und ich glaube, das ist sogar das Hauptding, lassen wir der Angst, die ja immer irgendwie mitschwingt bei neuen Dingen, keine Zeit zu wachsen. Aber genug geredet. Schauen wir lieber mal, was andere Leute zu dem Thema zu sagen haben. Wie in unserem ersten Clip, berühre niemals den Snooze-Button.
If you don't already do this, you've got to train yourself to be the kind of person that doesn't use the snooze alarm. Because when you hit the snooze alarm, you're not only putting your brain in a state of sleep inertia, you are directly impacting your productivity, your alertness, and your brain processing for the first 4 hours that you're awake. That's making life harder. I'm all about making life easier. So tomorrow, when the alarm goes off, I don't care how tired you are, I don't care how much you don't want to get out of bed, I want you to remember this. I want you to remember that you've got to wake up and give your brain its best shot to do its best work. And the way you're going to do it is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, turn off that alarm and get up. Seize the day and go be productive.
I call that snooze alarm the dream killer. Like when you press that snooze button, you're killing your dreams. So don't touch the snooze button.
Mache täglich einen kleinen Schritt nach vorne.
Today I want to talk about action. Action, action, action. You know, one thing that I can really attribute to every failure in my life is because of a lack of my attempt to take action. I did not take action. And it kind of changed once I got the fact that action is the key. It changed my life in many, many ways. A lot of times there's a fear of criticism. The fear of criticism will basically paralyze all your action. It will cause you to be discouraged. Self-pity will give you that lack of action. And let me tell you, man, you have got to, no matter what, take action on every little thing you want to do in your life. I mean, decide what it is you want and go for it. And this is what I mean. Action doesn't mean you have to jump around and do everything and make yourself tired and whatever, but just do one little thing every day, just a little bit. What's amazing, what I discovered, is that you get more done if you do just a little bit every day. Over the course of years, you can build a tremendous, amazing buildings and stuff that you never dreamed that you could own or have. All comes from those little bitty action steps. But what happens is we think of it as being some gigantic action move where, we have to do all of this and then you're exhausted and you're tired. And, a lot of times it's just about busy work. So today, whatever you want in your life, whatever you've been dreaming about, go take that one step.
Mach lieber etwas schlecht als gar nicht.
Okay, so imagine that something glimmers before you. It's an interest that's dawning. And you decide, well, first of all, you're paralyzed. You think, well, how do I know if I should pursue that? It's probably a stupid idea. And the proper response to that is, you're right, it probably is a stupid idea. Because almost all ideas are stupid. And so the probability that as you move forward on your adventure that you're going to get it right the first time is zero. It's just not going to happen. And so then you might think, well, maybe I'll just wait around until I get the right idea. And which people do, right? So they're like 40-year-old, 13-year-olds, which is not a good idea. And so they wait around until it's waiting for Godot, until they finally got it right. But the problem is you're too stupid to know when you've got it right. So waiting around isn't going to help, because even if the perfect opportunity manifested itself to you in your incomplete form, the probability that you would recognize it as the perfect opportunity is zero. You might even think it's the worst possible idea that you've ever heard of anywhere. Highly likely, highly likely. So you have, Nietzsche called that a will to stupidity, which I really liked. So, because he thought of stupidity as being, you have to take it into account fundamentally and work with it. And so you can take these tentative steps on your pathway to destiny, and you can assume that you're going to do it badly. And that's really useful because you don't have to beat yourself up. It's pretty easy to do it badly. But the thing is, it's way better to do it badly than not to do it at all.
Du wirst dich nie danach fühlen, deine Komfortzone zu verlassen.
If you think about it, we live in the most amazing moment in time. So that thing that you have up here, whatever it may be, you want to use healthy eating to cure your diabetes, you want to figure out how to take care of the elders and start a new hospice center, you want to move to Africa and build a school, guess what? You could walk into a bookstore right now and buy at least 10 books written by credentialed experts on how the hell you do it. You could Google it, and you could probably find at least, 1,000 blogs documenting the step-by-step transformation that somebody else is already doing. You can find anybody online and cyberstalk them. You can just walk in their footsteps and just use the science of drafting. Follow what everyone else has done, because somebody else is already doing it. So why don't you have what you want? When you have all the information that you need, you have the contacts that you need, there are probably free tools online that allow you to start a business or join a group or do whatever the heck you want in any area of your life that you want to change. Any. There's one fact that you need to know. You're never going to feel like it. Ever. No one's coming. Motivation isn't happening. You're never going to feel like it. Scientists call it activation energy. That's what they call the force required to get you to change from what you're doing on autopilot to do something new. So try this test tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier. And then when it goes off, take those sheets, throw them off, and stand up and start your day. No snooze, no delay, no I'll just wait here for 5 seconds because Mel's not standing here. Do it. And the reason why I want you to do it is because you will come face to face with the physical, and I mean physical, force that's required to change your behavior. Do you think that somebody who needs to lose weight ever feels like going on a diet? Of course not. Do you think they ever feel like eating boiled chicken and peas instead of a croissant? I don't think so. The activation energy required to get your ass away from your computer and out your front door to go on the walk you said that you were going to go on is the exact same amount of force that it takes you to push yourself out of a warm bed and into a cold room.
Erziehe dich selbst.
What's interesting about being an adult is that when you become 18, nobody tells you that it's now going to be your job to parent yourself. And by parent yourself, I mean it's your job to make yourself do the crap you don't want to do so you can be everything that you're supposed to be. And you're so damn busy waiting to feel like it. And you're never going to.
Nutze das 5-Sekunden-Zeitfenster.
There are so many people in the world, and you know, you may be watching this right now, and you have these incredible ideas, and what you think is missing is motivation. And that's not true. Because the way that our minds are wired, and the fact about human beings is that we are not designed to do things that are uncomfortable or scary or difficult. Our brains are designed to protect us from those things because our brains are trying to keep us alive. And in order to change, in order to build a business, in order to be the best parent, the best spouse, to do all those things that you know you want to do with your life, with your work, with your dreams, you're going to have to do things that are difficult, uncertain, or scary, which sets up this problem for all of us. You're never going to feel like it. Motivation's garbage. There were moments all day long, just like that 5-second moment in bed, where I knew, knowledge, what I should do. And if I didn't move within 5 seconds, my brain would step in and talk me out of it. Every human being has a 5-second window. It might even be shorter for you. You have about a 5-second window in which you can move from idea to action before your brain kicks into full gear and sabotages any change in behavior. Because remember, your brain is wired to stop you from doing things that are uncomfortable or uncertain or scary. It's your job to learn how to move from those ideas that could change everything into acting on them.
Verlasse die irgendwann einmal Insel.
And he was working his way up, and I asked him, I said, what have you found? What's the most important quality of successful people? And he said, Brian, he said, we found there's a direct relationship, I still remember him telling me this, between how quickly a person takes action on a new idea and how likely it is they'll ever take action on any idea at all. And so the action orientation is the critical thing. We watch people, everybody hears the same things, they hear the same ideas, but then we watch and we see how quickly they take action. And if a person takes action quickly on a new idea, the chances are they're going to be successful go up by hundreds of %. Now, what most people do is they say, that's a great idea, it's a wonderful idea, I'm going to do that, ooh, I'm so excited. But before I apply it, I need to take a vacation to a wonderful place called Someday Isle. And so they go to Someday Isle, and they live on Someday Isle. And who are they surrounded with on Someday Isle? Other people on Someday Isle. And what is the chief topic of conversation on Someday Isle? Yes, it's their excuses. What's your excuse for not taking action? What's your excuse for not getting going? What's your excuse for not losing weight, getting out of debt, building your business, writing your book, getting your book finished, getting your damn book started? You know, in other words, what's your excuse? And I'll share excuses. Oh, that's a good excuse. I haven't used that one for a long time. That'll take me another year. And so what they do is they sit around, and the bottom 80% of the population lives on Someday Isle most of their lives.
So, ich hoffe, das Video hat dir gefallen. Lass mir gerne einen Like da, abonniere den Kanal und wir sehen uns das nächste Mal. Bis dann. Ciao.